Oh my gosh, this is such a mess. Hi! So, this is gonna be a short video because I have other things to do today. But, I don't know why I said that. But today, I want to show you some awesome stuff that I found. And unfortunately, I might seem very crazy with the amount of Michael Moorcock that is in this stack. But, here we go. Starting off strong, we have the Von Beck. If you don't know who Michael Moorcock is, you are missing out because I am obsessed. I also got one of his Elric comics and I already have a few and I haven't read them. They're just so pretty. I don't want to take them out of the packaging yet. And I'm currently reading other Michael Moorcock, so we will get to them. It's kind of dangerous. I bought The Phantom of the Opera and I actually had at least one if not two copies of The Phantom of the Opera, but I keep giving them away. So finally, and I am obsessed with Mouse Market paperbacks now because I used to only read hardcover. Mouse Market paperbacks are just perfect for reading in bed and also just shoving into a pocket or a purse. And then I got The Languages of Tolkien's Middle-earth by Ruth S. Noel. And now I'm going to sit like a proper person because I'm getting tired of standing like this. Nice to see you there. I have my Carabello vanilla and lavender iced oat milk coffee because they brought lavender back. Thank you, everyone. The lavender was my go-to, and I think last year they stopped ordering the lavender and I was like, why would you do this to me? Which is very self-centered, but they brought it back, and of course they brought it back only for me, so thank you. I'm just kidding. All right, so more Michael Moorcock, I know. So I got the Michael Moorcock 4 complete novels in 1 volume. It's the Cornelius Chronicles. Shout out to Cornelius who helped me acquire my boy. And then I got the King of the Swords and the Knight of the Swords, which I just love. Shoot. I just love these illustrations. Like, look how beautiful. I absolutely love them. And what I'm reading right now is Michael Moorcock's The Time Dweller. And I think I'm halfway through, and it's just magnificent. It's also giving me like Nausicaa vibes a little bit. Not very related, but I did really like Nausicaa when I watched it a few weeks ago. Yeah, I'd never really hear about The Time Dweller. You always hear about the Elric saga, but in this, it's like an Earth dystopian. This Moon Knight who lives on the moon comes to Earth. He kind of romanticizes it a bit. And there's a city that they really rule by the clock, by time. And so if you eat outside of a certain time frame, you'll get arrested. It's really interesting because this traveler comes from another city and they don't really measure time like that. So he's like, oh, you recycle time? And they're like, no, we don't recycle it. And he's like, actually, you gave me a great idea. Now I know how to time travel. It discusses space and time and how you travel along different lines of it, and it's very intriguing. I really like it. That's not all the Michael Moorcock we have, but I will give you something besides Michael Moorcock. I actually didn't buy this one, I'm just borrowing it. It's called A Memory Called Empire. One of my friends read it and she really liked it. Ambassador Mahit Zamare travels to the capital of the interstellar Texcolani Empire. Eager to take up her new post, she arrives only to discover that her predecessor has died and no one will admit that his death wasn't accidental, or that Mahit might be next, you know? That's the beginning of Game of Thrones, but interesting. Anyway, now Mahit must discover who is behind the murder, rescue herself, and save her small but fiercely independent mining station from Texcolon's unceasing expansion, all while navigating an alien culture that is all too seductive, engaging in intrigues of her own, and hiding a deadly technological secret, one that might spell the end of her station and her way of life, or rescue it from annihilation. My impression of this is that it's kind of like a space opera, but, oh, it literally says on the back, layered, nuanced, and startlingly imaginative. It is a sprawling space opera debut that puts a rare new stamp on the genre. So, we'll see how that goes. I bought All's Well by Mona Awad, and if you know me, you know I loved Bunny when I read it. This one, I actually don't really hear much about Mona Awad. I'm just not really like talking to people that have read a lot of Mona Awad. I'm usually a lot of like fantasy sci-fi fans, and this one, a novel about a theater professor who's convinced staging Shakespeare's most maligned play will remedy all that ails her, but at what cost? And I love that. Very pretty. And I have to thank my coworkers because they bring me stuff all the time that I don't even realize I should buy. Because there's also Rouge by Mona Awad, and it is a Grimm Brothers fairy tale for the modern age, and a darkly funny horror novel about a lonely young woman who's drawn to a cult-like spa in the wake of her mother's mysterious death. Looks beautiful, looks intriguing. And this one I'm also borrowing, which is funny because I could also borrow it from my brother, but that's kind of a long drive. And I had read a little bit of it when I was younger, but I never finished it, and that is Star Wars Revan. And I already know the premise because it is the Old Republic and it's based on the video game that came out. And I love how it still says on the cover, based on the epic new video game, even though that was like 2000s or something. I'm living in the past. And that's okay with me. All right, the next Michael Moorcock we have is The Black Corridor, a modern science fiction novel, which is both genuine science fiction and a genuine novel. It's an all too believable future reality in which personal relationships and the social fabric have been dissolved in xenophobia and paranoia. Sorry, but that kind of sounds like the current. And I got Behold the Man by Michael Moorcock, and I also got Michael Moorcock's The Revenge of the Rose. It's really giving me beautiful Anne Rice Vampire Chronicles vibes with the little roses. I love it. And his newest, most haunting adventure, Elric Returns. And then the last, sorry, not the last, Michael Moorcock, The Rituals of Infinity. It is nearly 3 decades since the discovery of the subspatial alternates, 24 lumps of matter hanging in a limbo outside space and time, each sharing the name Earth. And then I got this really cute Pikachu Ninja bookmark. Some kid or some adult or somebody, maybe even Pikachu himself, drew this, and it's iconic and I love it. So this is my bookmark. I never use bookmarks, even though I should, because I never know what page I'm on. And then I got Michael Moorcock's Eternal Champion. It has the Eternal Champion, the Sundered Worlds, Phoenix and Obsidian, and to rescue Tamalorn. Oh my gosh, more Michael Moorcock. I have his The Winds of Limbo, The Warlord of the Air, The Queen of the Swords. Look how cool that looks. And then I got a gift that I'm not allowed to show you because it's a gift for someone. And then I got on VHS Spirited Away. Best Ghibli film, in my opinion. Howl's Moving Castle was a second for me, but I like the book better. So I'm gonna say Spirited Away is my favorite. And then Kiki's Delivery Service, cute. Okay, last Michael Moorcock, and it is The Sleeping Sorceress. And then, this is so interesting. I found this, and I just read the back of it. In the spring of 1919, 2 young men, André Breton and Philippe Soupault, both in a state of shock after World War I, embarked on an experiment. Sick of the literary cultivation of voice, sick of the well-written, they wanted to unleash the power of the word and create a new morality to replace the prevailing morality, the source of all our trials and tribulations. They had a plan. They would write for a week on every day of the week, and they would write fast as possible in complete secrecy. When the week was over, the writing would be done. No touching up. This was how the magnetic fields, the first sustained exercise in automatic writing, came to be. Charlotte Mandel's brilliant new translation reveals a key work of 20th century literature. And I'm sorry, like, I just loved that idea, and I think I might have actually flipped it open before I knew what it was, and I was like, whoa, what is this? It's the magnetic fields. Let me read you the first sentence. This is titled The Two-Way Mirror. Prisoners of drops of water, we are nothing but perpetual animals. We run through noiseless cities, and the enchanted posters no longer touch us. What's the use of these huge fragile enthusiasms, these dried out leaps of joy? Charlie? We know nothing but dead stars. We look at faces and we sigh with pleasure. Our mouths are drier than lost beaches. Our eyes turn aimlessly, hopelessly. There's nothing now but these cafes where we meet to drink these cold beverages, these mixed drinks, and the tables are stickier than these sidewalks where our dead shadows from the day before have fallen. Sometimes the wind wraps its big cold hands around us and ties us to trees cut out by the sun. We all laugh and sing, but no one feels his heart beating anymore. Fever abandons us. I know I said I'd read you a sentence, but that was a paragraph, and I have to stop myself from reading more. I also bought this book club journal, which I had bought one before, and I was filling out all I read, and then I got almost all the way through it, so I was like, I need to buy another one. And it's just kind of like documenting your thoughts about books and stuff. And this was before I kind of started this channel, so now I don't really know if I really need it, but I mean, it's kind of cute. It's like reading logs. And that is all of the recent books I have bought. This is a bonus, so if you want to see the cute clothes I got thrifting, I will show you because this was a really good haul. And unfortunately, the other clothes that I got last week, some of them are still in the laundry, so you're not going to see them, but they're very cute. So let me show you first the t-shirts I got when I went and saw Jiluka in Detroit 2 days ago. So this is the Jiluka tee. I couldn't help myself. I couldn't decide which one I wanted, so I got both of them, and I'm really glad I did because they both give off very different vibes. This one is like probably my favorite, to be honest, and it has Colt on the back. My friend totally, we were like right on the barricade. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. We kept getting noticed, and like the people behind us were like, oh my god, they keep looking at you. And it's probably because like they were the openers and like there weren't a ton of people there for Jiluka, but people on the internet are literally arguing with my friend, being like, you're delusional, he didn't see you. And it's like, bro, we were like less than 2 feet away from him. Like, of course he saw us. I don't know why people are so upset that he might have looked into the audience, but people are arguing online. They take it seriously. All right, so here's one top I got today. Very Nana inspired. So this one, the sleeves look amazing. So if I wanted to cut it off, I could just have it as like a bolero and just have the sleeves, but it looks really cute. It's just kind of tight because it's an extra small. I have to rep the Cincinnati. It has 22 and that's the day of my birth. So I had to get it. It's really cute. I like Cincinnati. And then I got this really cute top. I'm not quite sure what count 77 is, but it was very flattering, very cute. This was something I grabbed at the last second. And like, look how freaking cute this is. What the heck? And then I got these pants. And you know I love a good cargo pant. Aw, Charlie! Oh, Charlie says hello. And then I got these letterpress book plates, which I don't necessarily need, but they're cute. And that's the end of my video. I'm gonna go enjoy a coffee, and I hope you have a great day. Bye. Bye. Shout out to Eric, who subscribed to my Patreon, and have a good day. I'm literally awful at this. I forgot like 4 books. So I got this Star Wars sticker book, and it's missing like half, if not a lot of the stickers. But there's some pages that do have the stickers. And then I'm also just borrowing these books. So I have This Is How You Lose the Time War, which I hear is really, really good. And then Tender is the Flesh, which I'm halfway through and I'm loving. I know I didn't really like the other short story collection, you know, my video. I also wanted to start collecting the Henry Altemus Company books, which is a specific publisher, just because like usually their designs are very pretty. This one isn't like super spectacular, but the other ones are usually very pretty and the spines are beautiful. And I just kind of want to preserve them because usually they're in very poor condition. And that's all.
Right.